Hey everyone, this is an experiment I'm doing to see if topics like this are of a general interest. So if you enjoyed this video and found the topic interesting, click the like button and let me know. In this video, I will do a short analysis of Paradox's 2020 October through December quarterly report that was recently released. Paradox and its games have become a very central thing in my life. Heck, I have a YouTube channel dedicated to their business. So besides playing their games, I am also fascinated to learn about the inner workings of the company and their vision for the future, which will of course have a direct effect on how the games we all love change and evolve in the future. A small disclaimer before I begin, I am not a financial expert and do not have any credible knowledge in the field, so anything being said in this video is to be taken with a grain of salt. The report is 23 pages long, so I went over it so that you don't have to. The video will contain a summary of the report and can't cover all of it, so if you're interested to read the whole thing, I will have a link to it in the description of this video. The first page of the report gives a summary of the earnings in Q3 2020. Among the many numbers thrown in there, there is one sentence that sticks out. Revenues in the quarter are mainly attributable to City Skylines, Crusader Kings 3, Europa Universalis 4, Hearts of Iron 4, and Stellaris. So here we see the 5 games that bring in the highest income for Paradox. Noticed in their absence are Imperator Rome, that was released in 2019, and Surviving Mars, which was released in 2018. Both games were released after Hearts of Iron 4 and EU4. The first page also notes the fact that employees of the company were working from home due to the pandemic. Countries where the majority of sales are coming from include the US, the UK, China, Germany, France, Russia, and Scandinavia. I have to say that it is a surprise to see Russia on this list, if you take into account the high presence of piracy there, and the fact that a large portion of the population will struggle to afford Paradox games due to their relative high price. And also it is surprising to see China there, considering the fact that games like Hearts of Iron 4 are banned in China due to their historical content. The next page brings a word from Paradox CEO. Now, before I try to mispronounce the name, I will just put it here on the screen. And the report goes in detail how successful the release of CK3 was for the company, and how it hopes to build up on the success with many updates in the future. A clear indication that CK3 is expected to have no less DLC released than CK2 had. The release of Empire of Sin is being criticized. The report states that we are not satisfied with the launch, neither with the quality of the game, nor how it was received by the market. Personally, I haven't followed the game very much, but during its development it seemed pretty promising. The fact that it was developed by John Romero and his wife Brenda Romero gave it that star quality. But it seems like having a celebrity game developer is not enough for a title to succeed. The report concludes that Paradox are hoping to improve the game with updates and raise its popularity, although to be honest it doesn't sound encouraging and makes me think that this is the last time that Paradox will be working with the Romeros. The cancellation of a game that was in development is mentioned in the report as well. Unfortunately, there is no mention of the name of the game or its working title, but it seems like its development had an impact on profits. It would be interesting to find out what kind of a game it was and what didn't work for it to be cancelled. The pandemic seems to have had a positive effect, as it brought in many players who perhaps now had the time to immerse themselves in such complex titles, while sitting at home during lockdowns, but caused some chaos due to most of the workforce needing to work from home, which caused delays to some planned releases. There is no mention which titles were delayed. A pretty disturbing piece of information is found in the report regarding the development of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. As you may know, the game was delayed and its development process had a couple of bumps, especially when leading figures were quitting the studio. But now it seems that Paradox have decided on a drastic step and have taken the development of the game from Hardsuit Labs, who were working on the game thus far, and handed to a different game developer. It is interesting to note that Vampire 2 is still listed on the Hardsuit Labs website as a game that they are developing, so it seems like this dispute with Paradox still isn't over, and perhaps it isn't fully clear who still owns the game and is going to develop it. Obviously, such a move is a significant blow to the development process of a game, but if such a step was taken, things must have been going really bad with Hardsuit Labs. So hopefully the development can continue more smoothly, but this will no doubt have a very significant effect on the game and the final product. The next pages are full of financial jargon and numbers, so not really much to talk about here. What is your take on the report? Do you have a theory about the game that was cancelled and why it was cancelled? Are you looking forward to Vampires 2? Let me know in the comments. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.